everyone, it's Anna here at Dees with another beautiful winter wreath for the 2021 winter season. This is going to be a great grapevine wreath that you can leave out on your door all the way through March or April until it stops snowing or it warms up. It's just a pretty neutral wreath. It's got a little touch of winter to it, but just nice one to put on your door. So this is going to be a kit that has everything you need on shopdeeslouisville.com. The kit's not going to include the grapevine wreath, but that's going to be a separate item if you did want to get it. But a lot of people have these at home. You can just take everything off of it that you have on there, use a hairdryer, loosen your glue, and then add all the items of the kit. So this one is really pretty. It's kind of like a mixed pine with some cones and some berries. It's just going to be nice and neutral and really pretty on any color front door. So we're going to use 2 of these gorgeous stems. It's got the leaves, the pine cones, and we're also going to use 2 of these eucalyptus pieces here as well. This one we're going to design a little bit differently. We're going to do a piece down at the bottom and a little bit at the top, and then we're going to add this really nice sage green buffalo check ribbon to it. Just one ribbon, just one nice size bow at the top. It's going to be beautiful. So we're going to start out by adding our accessories onto our floral onto the bottom part, and then we're going to move to the top. So I'm going to take this eucalyptus stem first. I love this because it's got a little bit of everything going on, cedar, eucalyptus, and I'm just going to fluff it all up and make it look more lifelike, spread it out a little bit, and then I'm going to chop the bottom. I'm going to push this one in kind of going up this direction. Just push that into your wreath. Dip it in a little hot glue first. Okay, so I've added that in there. Now I'm going to add the pinecone berry stem. Again, I'm just going to chop the stem off. And then I'm going to go the opposite direction. I'm gonna kind of meet it right here. Let this pine fill in the spot and have that pine cone be kind of in the middle of the 2 of them. Right there. So it looks almost like one piece, but it's just those 2 separate pieces added in. I'm going to pull this euc over to the other side just so they really do look like one nice piece. See how pretty that is? Okay, and we're going to do the same thing at the top. We're going to repeat that one more time. So you're going to take your eucalyptus, fluff it out again. If you saw the first winter wreath that we posted, this one's a little bit more full because we're doing more floral all around, a little at the top, at the little at the bottom. So if you like your grapevine to show up a little bit less, you want to see more floral, this is a better design that you'll like a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to push that in. I did that one kind of going over the top of the wreath. And now you're ready to add your final pinecone stem. When I add this one in, I'm going to go up from the bottom on this right side here. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap because I'm going to put my bow right here at the top and kind of have tails coming down into here. So fluff that out all nice and pretty. And then leave yourself a little bit of a gap. So on the bottom, we pushed them together. At the top, we're not going to do that. So there's that little bit of a gap. I'm going to move these around. It's all wired, so you can kind of manipulate it, move it where you want. So pretty. And now I'm going to add my bow right up in there. So with the bow, I'm going to use a little bit more ribbon than I normally do. I'm going to use 2 yards of this ribbon, add a little bit fuller of a bow with longer tails. So the first tail I'm going to leave going up, and then I'm going to make 4 nice size loops, about 4 or 5 inches. Just hold that bow in your left hand while you make your loops. This ribbon is double-sided, so I always twist and flip it over, but you wouldn't have to do that necessarily with this ribbon, just because both sides are really nice and pretty. So I've got those 4 main loops, and then the last loop I'm going to do right in the center. So act like you're making yourself a center loop, but just flip it back over itself. So it's just like a perfect circle. And the reason I do that is because then I have a 5-loop bow, but I also have a loop that goes kind of in the middle. So when you see when I go to put it in there, it's nice and centered right there. So I'm going to cut that tail, leave it nice and long so it can come down trailing through the floral at the bottom. Whoop. Tie your bow right in the middle where your hand is. Now you're ready to twist it on. So I'm going right there in the gap that we left. Just twist it right on. Okay, now you're ready to fluff it. So I've kind of smashed it a little bit while looping it on there, and I can easily just adjust it. So I'm going to pull some loops kind of down. That's that center loop we did last, just kind of fills in there. And then we've got our nice tail. I'm going to grab this tail, pull it straight, leave yourself a little bit, and then I'm just going to twist it around the pine cone down here. And then it kind of just brings the ribbon to the bottom of the wreath too. It's so pretty. So I'm going to cut the tail down here. And cut the tail up here. And then just kind of look back, see if there's anything else I want to adjust. Let's see here. I always like to bring a little bit of the floral back to the middle of the bow, like especially a pine cone or some nice berries, just so it doesn't look like you stuck a bow onto a really pretty wreath. It kind of looks more joined together. Okay, there we go. As you can see, this is another great winter wreath. If you're taking down those Christmas decorations, you think your house looks a little bare, you want to add something back into your home, this is a beautiful one to do. The kit is going to be on shopdeeslouisville.com. Go check it out.